With the release of Samurai Shodown on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, we at Hey Poor Player think it's the perfect time to take a look back at the game that started it all. So sharpen your swords and hop in the Wayback Machine with us as we embark on a trip to the early 1990s to reflect on SNK's pioneering weapon-based fighter. Following the launch of Capcom's hugely successful 2D slugfest Street Fighter II in 1991, fighting games became the dominant presence in arcades. SNK saw the writing on the wall, releasing a handful of tournament fighters to capitalize on the genre's immense popularity, including Fatal Fury, The King of Fighters, and Art of Fighting. Flashback to 1992. Midway released the ultra-violent Mortal Kombat, setting the stage for a torrent of bloody brawlers. Enter Samurai Shodown. Samurai Shodown hacked and slashed its way onto the Neo Geo in the summer of 1993. It was bold and bloody for sure, but it was much more than just another bare-knuckle fighter where warriors from around the world would do battle. Each of the game's 12 playable characters wielded swords, daggers, and even a wicked Freddy Krueger-esque glove with which to hack their enemies to bits. This switch from hand-to-hand combat to bladed battle seems like a novel idea now, but at the time, it was an absolute game-changer. After all, a sword to the face is a bit more destructive than a boot to the butt, and a single heavy slash in Samurai Shodown can result in a massive chunkier health bar disappearing. As a result, fights often devolve into tense standoffs in attempts to get your opponent to drop their guard so you can deliver the death blow. Given the game released at a time when combo-centric fighters were becoming the norm, the more deliberate flow of its duels was a welcome change of pace that still feels fresh to this day. While Street Fighter II used a 6-button control scheme with light, medium, and hard punches and kicks being mapped to their own buttons, Samurai Shodown did things a little bit differently thanks to the Neo Geo's 4-button design. There's a button for light and hard slashes and kicks. Additionally, pushing both light and hard slash or kick together will deliver a stronger attack. It's a simple and elegant system that gets the job done. And while some may bemoan needing to smash 2 buttons at once to deliver a more powerful strike, it just feels right. It's like you're putting all of your force behind each blow. Sometimes during a battle, a burly bald delivery guy will run across the background and lob some succulent, health-restoring chicken into the arena. You better be quick if you want a taste of that precious protein though, as the computer can also benefit from this feudal feast. Other times the delivery dude will lob a bomb into the foreground instead, potentially blowing you or your opponent to bits like a deranged Amazon Prime courier. What an asshole! Occasionally, a match will begin with both fighters clashing blades in a power struggle. Here, you'll need to rapidly pound the action buttons to gain the upper hand and disarm your opponent. This can either be hugely helpful or harmful depending on whether or not you come out on top, as being disarmed puts you at a significant disadvantage. One of Samurai Shodown's most striking features is the game's colorful cast of characters. These fearsome fighters include a swordsman with more hair than a Guns N' Roses cover band that can conjure tornadoes out of thin air, a proud French noble and fencer who can reduce her foes to pincushions, a 4 million pound mountain of a man who can breathe fire and fart toxic gas, to a nimble kunoichi who can sick her trusty falcon on her opponents. Even romanticized heroes of Japanese history are playable, albeit with plenty of artistic license, like Hattori Hanzo and Jubei Yagyu. And if you want to shed your human skin and let your inner freaky beast loose, then the ghoulish goblin Genin is just the guy for you. As I said before, Samurai Shodown is a product of the Mortal Kombat era, and as such, it's pretty violent. But it's not too over the top when compared to its contemporaries. Sure, some battles can result in arterial mist billowing out of a hole in your opponent's chest. Other times, ending a fight with a well-timed slash will slice your enemy clean in two, leaving their torso sailing through the air. But these gruesome deaths happen so fast, and with such style, that they seem more like a grisly punctuation mark to conclude a hard-fought duel than fetishized violence. While it's been over 25 years since the original game released, it's surprising how well Samurai Shodown holds up to this day. The controls are snappy and responsive, the hand-drawn sprites, while not quite as impressive as those found in the sequel, look great and feature tons of color, and the moment-to-moment gameplay is just as engaging now as it was the day it released. That being said, It's no wonder that SNK decided to reboot the series this year. If you haven't had the chance to check out our full review, please feel free to do so. So, what are your thoughts on the original Samurai Shodown? Are there any other franchises from SNK's past that you'd like to see the developer resurrect? As always, we love to hear what you think, so be sure to let us know in the comments below. Hey poor players, thanks again for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more news, reviews, and features on games from current gen to classic.